This is not a nightmare. The lower regions of the astral world are characterized by dense negative energies and often associated with dark or disturbing entities. Is located at a lower level of the astral plane, where the vibrations are lower and heavier, in contrast to the upper levels of the astral plane, which are associated with higher vibrations and purer, more positive energies. In the lower astral plane, lost souls, restless spirits, demons, parasites that feed on people's negative energies, and negative beings that can influence the physical world in a harmful way, reside. This plane is a dark place, full of fear, despair, and conflict, where negative emotions such as hatred, anger, and fear dominate. The lower astral plane is considered to be accessible through dreams or through out-of-body experiences known as astral journeys. You should never explore or interact with the lower astral plane, as it is seen as risky and it can negatively affect a person's emotional and spiritual well-being. Some people involuntarily travel to this place through dreams. These trips are known as your worst nightmare. It presents itself as the reality that you know, but with strange things that would never be or happen on this plane. The worst mistake you can make in a dream is going downstairs, since this way you enter the lower astral. I am here to tell you about my experience in the lower astral plane. It was an unusual night like any other. I went to sleep with the regular peace as always, but something changed when I closed my eyes. I suddenly found myself in my bedroom, but it was not as I remembered. Everything was involved in a heavy, dense darkness. The shadows seemed to move, as if they had on life. A chill ran down my spine, and I knew I was not dreaming as usual. Something was wrong. I got out of bed, and even though my heart was beating fast, I decided to explore. I opened the door of my room, and the air was different, cold and oppressive. The stairs leading to the first floor seemed longer and darker than usual, as if they extended into the bottomless pit of hell. However, a strange force was pushing me to continue down. When I reached the bottom, the atmosphere was even worse. The house was in darkness, but there was something else, a feeling that I was not alone. Then I saw them, sitting in the living room, my mother and my brother, but there was something strange about them. They seemed different. Their movements were strange. They looked fake. My mom turned her head slowly towards me and smiled, but her smile was too wide, too perfect. My brother remained motionless, staring at me with half-closed eyes. When I spoke, my voice shook. "Are you okay?" They stared at each other. My senses were screaming at me that something wasn't right. Suddenly, my mother spoke again, but this time, her tone was darker.
"I think he just realized what's
Time
going on.
seems to have frozen. Fear hit me like cold water. Without thinking, I turned around to run toward the stairs. I could feel them behind me, whispering, laughing, and following my steps. I ran up the stairs as fast as I could, stumbling, almost falling. When I got to my room, I locked the door and took a few steps back. It was as if my heart were going to escape through my mouth. Then everything changed. The oppression disappeared, and the moonlight came out of my window. My room was my room again. I dropped to the floor, trying to calm my breathing. It took me a moment to wake up, but now I had left that plane. I want to warn you about the dangers of going downstairs in a dream. It is too dangerous because when we are on an astral journey, our spirit separates from our body and someone else can take possession of it forever. I will now leave my experience to your judgment.